Dumelang ka lapeng re boela re wa moela hape kwano ho Leihlo la Sechaba mona ho SABC 2 nna lebitso la ka ke Palesa Chubisi. Bekeng e fetileng ro haseditse tlaleho e ka ha dingaka tse dutseng hae di sena mosebetsi. Re tswela pele le kola diphephetso tse tjhametseng dingaka mo enngwe e kgolohadi e leng ho hloleha ha bona ka bongata ho atleha ho fihlella maemo a mesebetsi e kgethang ko re ho ba di-specialist. Tse ding tsa dingaka di dumela ha ho hloleha hona ha bona e le ntho ya ka bomo. Good evening and thank you so much for watching Leihlo la Sechaba. This evening, we take a look into the allegations of doctors who failed deliberately when they write specialist exams. Halena no lena lintse le hatela pele re tla bala maikutlo a hao o a rometseng leqhepeng la rona ho Facebook mabapi le kgaello ya dingaka dipetleleng tsa mmuso. Fela hape le go tsebisa baiti ba ka phirimaneng ena a ke re le koletlalo ena e latelang.
Ho tsogile le role fa o dingaka tšeo di ratago go ithutela go ba ditsebi tša malwetši di kopana go le dihlotlo nakong ya go ngwalwa ga meleko ya bona. Ye nngwe ya dihlotlo tšeo ke mabarebare a gore ba beelwa mapheko ka bomo gore ba hlolwe melekong yeo ba e ngwalago.
The complaints is that the black child is not taken care of. Very few of batho ba bantsho will make it through be a specialist, become a specialist. The problem there is that liver and Nandi specialists, most of them they've suffered before they could reach that point. You'll write your exams more than 5 times before you're recognized. Paying those fees, Sako College of Medicines, they're exorbitant fees, they're crazy fees. That's money okayisango bonding yanitlo or kokoloyin or invested. You can't be paying about 10,000 rand for registration of an exam. Not registration for academic year, but registration for writing exams, which is, it will be the exams come March, you'll pay that in January, and there's nothing that you say, I'll negotiate, I'll pay monthly or whatever. It's 10,000 rand, and you'd imagine registrars, they're underpaid.
Dr. Paul yena o bolela tše ka moka ka ge taba ye e mo ama thwi.
I become one of those candidates. I wrote my primaries. I passed my primaries on the 3rd time. And then went for my exams, the final exams, wrote them 4 times. And for the 5th time, I was like, no, I'm not going to write the exam for the 5th time. 1, I know I'm not dumb. 2, I know I have training. You look at the paper, you're like, okay, this is what I'm doing every day, this is what I'm practicing every day. Why do I have to go there, write, fail, and still come back and be allowed to practice what I failed? That's the question that everyone must ask for.
Re boledišane le tona maphelo Dr. Aaron Motswaledi gomme yena ga se a rata go swaela go lekalo ka ge a re seo se tla bonala bjalo ka go šunyašunyanko ga boradipolotiki.
Re ntshetsa puisano ena pele ka o buisana le Dr. Donald Gumete yena ke mopresidente wa National Healthcare Professional Association mme ka o le leng hape re buisana le Dr. Tedumoletsane yena ke Senior Registrar in Internal Medicine. Re boetse hape ne re memme Professor Mike Sathege e leng mopresidente wa the College of Medicine of South Africa empa o ikgutse metsotsong ya o qetela hore ke ka kgona ba teng kwano. Ba hlomphe re nkile amohela kwano nanong la Leihlo la Sechaba.
Thank you.
Ha re qale ka wena Dr. Gumete tlalong yane ye sa tswa feta re bone Dr. Powe a bua ka taba ya hore ke dingaka tse mmalwa fela tse kgonang ho fihlella maemo a o ba ditsebi tse ikgethang gore di-specialist hantle bothata keng?
The problem is the College of Medicine. The college was founded in 1954, a long time back. So it's a non-profit organization which actually overlooks at the postgraduate studies for all the healthcare professionals. In that, it never transformed since 1954, as I was saying. So it's all the people who are, I will say, white people who are majority in that college.
Dr. Boletsane, wena hantle bile o emetse bona dingaka tsena tse nang le ngongoreo. Bothata keng haholo ha o tluwa tabeng e ya kgethollo bane e ka taba ena ya mana le kgethollo ya merabe?
Me ke kopa ho shebisa ntho e leng hona le ntho ka renya bo mafia motho ke head of department at university level, the same person who dula in health professionals council AA advice and the minister in terms of the profession, the same person Oka College of Medicine as the examiner now. And they have College of Medicine in a very good paper that it presents. Or in the exam, there's going to be transparency, there's going to be feedback, there's going to be all these things. When it is a student's voice weighed against the examiner, hardly the records to prove who is right, who is wrong.
So ka mantswe hona le conflict of interest e etsahalang mona tabeng ena kaofela.
So one person is a referee, he's a player, and is a sole determinant. And now there is this business in previously the university nearly examined the candidates that thing. How about the university? That would include even your exam. And your assessment at your own university. In a clock Kenyan letter, le nako duty mo fellow honache of mana exam. We examine final exam. We examine for about say 3 hours. And then people in that 3 hours, they come up with a conclusion here whether or competent to can do what you've been doing for the past 4 years.
Ako etshwara fela jolo hanyane bane ke tabeng we Dr. Poena bua ka yona hore ha rena dipampiri tse bontshang ka kgona ho etsa mosebetsi fela mosebetsi ona ga o etsa tsa setjhabang le dikelang. Etshwara fela jolo hanyane re ya mabenkeleng ga khutla re tsola pele ho buisana ka ona mathatana a jamalaneng le dingaka tse batlang ho etsa mosebetsi o ikgethang gore di specialist Sesotho. Re boela re amoela hape kwano ho Leihlo la Sechaba mona mo re ntseng re mekamekana le mathata a tjametseng dingaka haholo tse batlang ho etsa mesebetsi e kgethang kore di specialist le ho jantse re bona hore mathata a maholo ditsheng tsa mmuso tsa bophelo bo botle e re pele ke hatela pele le bahlomphi ba teng kwano re bale e meng ya melaetsa ha o e rometseng mane le qhepeng la rona ho Facebook molaetsa wa pele ko hlayang ho Prudence Mariri yena ore the department is suffering from greedy new doctors that do not want to work for public hospitals because of lack of resources. Sometime last year, it was reported that department wants to send young doctors to the rural hospitals, but they refused. Some, if not majority of them, married while in their last year of school or practice, just to cite that they cannot stay away from their newly formed families. Erekelefe monyetla hore le arabele tabeng ena ya hore dipetlele di tjamelane le mathata dingaka ha dio fela dingaka di kgone ho fumana mangolo.
Okay, that one, that issue of doctors refusing to go and work in the rural areas, it's not true. We have got lots of interns, we have it on records, we can leave it with you guys who are unemployed, who wants to work. We have got the interns and the post-comserve who also are unemployed. They're staying at home. There are no posts. The government must tell the truth. They say they don't have a budget. Let them give you guys the posts and tell you where the posts are in the rural areas. Then we'll take the doctors there. They are waiting for work. There are no posts. Nurses are unemployed. Allied workers also. Long list of people who are unemployed. We have got a failing health system in South Africa. We have got hospitals where on Fridays the pharmacist knocks off because the government can't pay him to work over the weekend. He goes home. If you are sick on Friday, you'll get your medication on Monday because they don't have money to pay them. So that excuse, it's not true.
Fela ya makatso bane boholo mmuso tla utlwa hore o kgothaletsa bana ho etsa dithuto tsa science and maths hore be dingaka ka lebaka la kgaello go shortage ya dingaka tse teng kwana. So ka mantsoma hore ha iyo ntho ya mofuta ona.
Aiyo, and the other problem that we're having is we have got students who are trained in Cuba. 700 of them will be coming back home to do internship, whilst we have got intern doctors who are staying at home. And it's a fact. We don't want to politicize things. It's factual. We have the list. We have given the list to the Department of Health. They have it.
Ya ko re lahlele mahlo hape qhepeng la rona mano Facebook re fumane molaetsa o hla ho mothusi sopa sengwe ore nahana fela what a waste ho ya medunsa for nothing ho tlisa bohloko ho ithuta ka tjhelete e ngata ha o qeta ebe o dula fela ka dithuto sa bone hore na mosebetsi o kae o ithutetseng ona. Dr. Moletsane
ho ya sekolong o lo ithuta and somebody decides whether o tlo fumana seo tshwanetseng or not. It's another pain. And unfortunately, it is well structured. Ke tla o bontsha hore na hantle tse ding tsa dikarabo di tla tswa mo statement se se go fang sona. A person sits at one university that is privileged where they are prepared for their exam. And hona tjena re bua ka FCP1 ba etsang internal medicine part 1 ra ngwala exam tse pedi part 1. This person is not even guided as to the possible questions, but this person manages to get more than 50% in his exam, 61 to be specific. But the pass mark is increased to 62%. He fails at the mark was 61%. You ask the reason why. This is the answer if I'm from College of Medicine. They found out the questions, 18 questions that were withdrawn because didn't delete hard.
Withdrawn by who?
By the college. When the questions are set and the moderator is there, he deems it fit to make it into the paper. After exam, we withdraw. How about withdraw? By get a pass mark. When you ask, okay, fine, let me believe you. Please bring us those questions so that we make sure that they do not make it again to the exam, because they refuse. And then you go to health professional council, so because the university is not helping. We asked College of Medicine, it's not helping. Go health professional council. I have proof. Health professional council sends you back, go and talk to college. College does not respond. You go to the university, go and read. Here is evidence that you have passed. Mary, somebody decided to up the bar.
Fela Dr. Gumete lona le hlolo ya hakae ho lwanela ditho tsa lona hobane jwalo ka o le mo president wa National Healthcare Professional Association, I would imagine hore ho tshwanetse be ke teng mo le kenang jwalo ka mokgatlo e metseng ditho tsa lona hore le kgone ho ba lwanela.
Correct, yeah. I will put it on record that tomorrow I'm meeting with the president of the College of Medicine to discuss these issues because correct, yes, correct, yeah. So the problem is, you see, you can't have a situation where when problems arise and you need to engage the stakeholders or relevant stakeholders, they run away. It becomes a problem. Unless then you go and institute legal actions against them to force them to comply.
Okay, the College of Medicine,
correct, yes. Because you see, for them, summarily, they will tell you that the students, they don't study. But then I bring a question. If they don't study, why then the other ones or the white counterparts, they all pass, majority of them? And then if they pass all of them right, like Dr. Mlezana said, they've got mentors. These guys that the College of Medicine don't go to the universities and teach or give tutorials to these students, to these registers. They don't see them. The only time they see them, it's when you go for the exams. And you don't know how the exam is structured, nothing. I mean, you are my examiner, and you are not my teacher. I mean, how would I know the syllabus and the curriculum? And when they ask for the curriculum, it's not there. Nobody is prepared to give them. And we have tried transformations in universities. Like I was giving an example now, in gynae or gynecology, there are 24 gynecologists who are presented to represent the Gynecological Society of South Africa in the college. Only 4 are blacks. The rest of the list, it's white people. And in the constitution of the college, they say the college will seek to correct the demographics in the college, meaning the representation of the healthcare profession should change.
And
but it's not the case. It's not changing. It's remaining the status quo. Like, for instance, the president is only the president there, black, with all the entourage of the white counterparts.
So it means it's difficult for him to bring about the changes.
He can't. You see, so that's the biggest problem.
Pele ko fa nako ya go arabe re lokela ho fitisa mabenkele hape ka potlako dula le gona re a khutla hang ka mora mona. Re boela re amohela hape mokgahlelong wa ho qetela wa Leihlo la Sechaba mona mo re lekang ho fumana tharollo bothateng bo dingaka di tobaneng le bona ba ho batla ho ba di-specialist fela bona la eka ntlha ya diphetho eo mmuso o buang ka yona ka nako tsohle bona la eka ke ntlha e leng hore ha e soka e fihlelleha pele ke khutlela ho dingaka tse teng kwano re ke boele ke lahlele mahlo qhapeng la rona mane ho Facebook re fumane molaetsa o hlaya ho Karabelo Nyamakazi yena o re sena se etsahala hobane ho tlamehile hore di-graduate di hirwe ba batla experience o enka ka experience empa ho sena motho ya seng a ile a o hirana athe mamedi mong ya rongoletseng kwano ke Candice le bohare ke ka lebaka la hore corruption ingata mona naheng ya Afrika Borwa re boetse re fumane molaetsa o hlaho Castino Khwele yena re empa ba ai bana ha ya Nigeria mona teng dipetlele ho tletse bona ha re thuswe pele re khutlela tabeng ena di-specialist ha ke re arabele maikutlo a babui ba rona mane ho Facebook ke tla qala ka wena Dr. Gumeda.
Yeah, it's very true. Majority of the so-called blacks in the college, they're from outside our country. Majority of them. Like the ex-president of the college is from Nigeria. He's the head of Department of Family Medicine in Medunsa. The urologist, whatever, also is from Zimbabwe. Also, though they're naturalized now, South Africans and whatnot.
But Butataki,
we do. It's just that I think they don't want to bring the indigenous people on board because we'll be vocal like we're doing. So the other ones probably they just accept whatever is happening, and it is quite true what the viewers are saying, that they rather populate the hospitals with foreign doctors than our doctors who qualified here. I mean, even KZN 2 weeks ago, the specialists they walk out from the public sector, went back to the private sector. It's collapsing. Because they don't know, they don't have a proper formula. I sat down with them, with the HR, I said, let's do demographics. If KZN has got 8 million people, let's know how much doctors we need in KZN. Limpopo has got 5.8 million people. Let's know how many doctors we need in Limpopo. And then we distribute them accordingly and according to the needs of the communities. But you'll find that there's a hospital which has got 400 people because it's convenient for them. And majority of them is not the black people. Unfortunately. Go to the rural areas, rural hospital, and check if we do have the white doctors who work there in the rural areas. It's black people. And we don't have the posts at this point in time to even put our own black people to go and work in Matatiela and whatever. They're not there. We've been fighting since last year, December. And then they try to cut costs, what chases the specialists as well. There's a committed overtime war that is raging now because they want to cut the salaries of the doctors as well, who are working in public. You see? So there's lots of problems in the Department of Health, lots of them.
But have you consulted with the minister?
Many times. Like I'm saying, we have records of the minutes, we have got records of our consultations. We are forever with them in the office there in Pretoria, in the head office there.
Dr. Muletsane, e ka taba ena se bile le isitse ho mosereletsi wa setjhaba public protector.
As a rep, and then as an individual who's supposed to go for these exams with all the experience in Leon. First, let me thank in absentia Professor Satecha for not making it here. it was very good of him not to come to ask Atlamo and come and defend
It's
this.
unfortunate because we needed answers. I would want to imagine hore ke bo madimabe hore ha kgona ho tla ne re hloka dikarabo hore re kgone ho tseba hore na bothata ke eng ke ho baneng ho sena diphetogo ho fihlela tsatsing lena la kajeno transformation ile siyo college.
No, Professor Sotho is one of our finest, one of our very best, and it would be very unfortunate if Anakatlamo and come and justify these things that are happening. I know he knows that they are wrong, but he's serving a different mandate, and probably he's trying to be tactical and technical. But these problems, they are there. Last year, when I was a rep at Sarah, there was a candidate that was failed at UOFS in his intermediate. I intervened and wrote to a college. That person was the president of SARA. He was my president. He was president of SARA National. And that candidate was passed. Nothing was said to me. He was ordered to tell me to keep quiet. That is College of Medicine.
And then did you keep quiet?
Yeah, am I quiet?
I'm wondering.
Obviously not.
Because I would imagine o tshwanetse be hona le letho le ileng wa le etsa ka mora mono haholo ha ba jwetsitse motho eno a o jwetse hore o thole empa o lwanela dingaka.
Yeah, myself, because he came to tell me to keep quiet. Because now opacity, and now he's still supposed to face his final exams. So now these are the things that are put under the carpet. When you complain to this one or he points at another one, the same person in a different cap, go and talk to Health Professional Council. Health Professional Council is that person in a different cap.
Yeah.
And then he says, okay, go to college. And college is business. For these exams that are coming, I've paid 10,000 rand already. The exam fee.
If you want a remark, you pay over 1.2. And a
Per
review
question.
Per question.
And they are so, you want to get a memorandum, you know, Professor Sotho came down with this representation at college to University of Free State. And he made undertakings, the undertaking that the head of the department who is training a candidate will be there in the exam to articulate the candidate's assessment.
Moi ke tsona tsohle ne go tshwaretse ho loka lo phirimaneng ena ka jeno mona ho Leihlo la Sechaba a re kopaneng hape bekeng e tlang ka Mantaha ka 8:30 hona mona ho SABC 2 fela hopola o ka re ngolla leihlolasechaba@sabc.co.za ke yona email address ya rona romela fax 0866131227 o ka boela wa re etela leqhepela rona ke Leihlo la Sechaba mane ho Facebook rata leqhepela rona ho go tlotsebe dihlo tse latelang kwa nonaneng lena nano lena la rona le boetse le a fumane hape ho YouTube fela ho fumana dintlha tsa lenano le latelang mamela tshebeletso ya Lesedi FM le Thobela FM ka Mantaha hoseng fela re tena hape nakong e tlang hi papatwe.